Patricia Green to be exact, without the E on the end. And I'm 53 years old, and I'm currently going through brain cancer, which I've been battling since 2016. And I got divorced from my husband of 20 years. I have 2 kids, Zach and Chloe. And we got divorced, and I had a certain amount of money to live on, which only lasted a year. And I found some place to live for a year, and now I am homeless. And I brought up my kids to treat all people the same. No one is better than anyone else. We're all on the level playing field. And to treat people with compassion and kindness, be empathetic and loving, follow the rules of the laws of God. Don't steal, don't lie, And when I did have money, I treated the homeless like I still do now, with compassion, empathy, and respect. And I treated everyone to cigarettes and anything that they needed, lunch, McDonald's, so on and so forth, clothes. And my kids are following in that manner too, and I find that awesome. There, my husband and I did a good job. Today, being homeless now, I'm finding that people, especially here in Hood River, are a bunch of fucking snobs, elitists. I think they're entitled to everything. They're trying to push us out of Hood River and into the Dalles. There's no place for us to go. And I'm scared because in 2 days I'm going to be evicted along with somebody else from our camp. And one of them is in jail right now. And I'm getting ready to talk to him, hopefully, if everything works out. I'll talk to him from jail, and we have no place, no idea where we're going, and it's scary. People look at me now. It's funny. It's you can wear a backpack there. I see people who are wearing backpacks all the time, and they're very successful, and yet backpacks signify you must be homeless then if you're wearing a backpack, or looking for cans in order to survive. $14.44. That's how much I can make off cans.
How long did it take you to get a bag of cans?
My first time, it took me about 2 days. Only because I wouldn't do it during the day, because I was embarrassed, because I was afraid of what people would think if they saw me rooting through the garbage. And embarrassed, mortified. I'm still embarrassed when I do it, but I do it at night. So there's no chance, there's less of a possibility of somebody seeing me rooting through the garbage. But then I thought, Rudy made it popular, actually, to go dumpster diving. So, and he's found quite a numerous things that are very valuable and has been able to survive by selling those items. And it's fun. People throw away perfectly good shit. It's unbelievable that people throw away these days. So, this is where I can get Wi-Fi, and that's another thing. Trying to find Wi-Fi when you're homeless is hard. Very hard. and living on food stamps. It's supposed to last you all month, but it really lasts just a couple of days. In my case, it was like a week because I helped out Judy and I bought food for everybody with the camp. So, but I kind of like the aspect of being homeless. I like the aspect of the freedom. I like being in a tent, but I don't like it on days like today. It's very hot. Luckily, I worked for somebody today that had air conditioning, so, but
Yes, ma'am.
it sucks. For 20 years, I had it really good. I had the support of my family for my cancer, and now I'm still battling it, and now I have nobody. Nobody goes with me. I stopped chemotherapy because it's not working. I'm doing radiation, and that's all. I'm eating well, the best I can with food stamps, but still, I eat pretty good though. I work out, and I travel to and from work. Luckily, somebody was nice enough to give me their bus pass because I had two, so now I can get around for free, which would have cost me an arm and a leg a couple of weeks ago because every time I ride, I had to cough up $1 or $1.50, and that's a lot of money. Who would hear that? On a good day when I had cans, I would go in twice a day at Rosar's and twice a day at Safeway and a couple of times at Walmart and walk away with $80 to $90. And that was a good day. Bad day was when I made $1.30, which was last week.
I want to ask you about there were some situations today, and that's up to you if you want to speak on that or not.
Yeah,
if you're comfortable with it.
he's been with our camp or at Judy's camp for about better part of like 3 weeks now, and I noticed that his demeanor has gone downhill within the last 4 or 5 days. His mental psychosis has gone haywire, and it's really prevalent today. An hour ago, half an hour ago. I mean, this guy is going around telling himself or who he's talking to, which looks like dirt, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill all of you tonight. And he said my name, and someone else's name, and someone else's name. And it scared me. I don't want him on the property with us. And I called the cops for a second time. Do you think that they took him away? That he threatened us? He threatened to kill us? No. Their excuse is COVID. And I mean, what does he have to do? Does he have to physically harm us for them to take him away? I guess so.
Well, even when I was physically harmed, they didn't take my predators away.
See, there's something wrong with the police department here, and the judicial and probation officers who are not encouraging at all, who called someone who I love very, very much, who's in a wheelchair, a retard. You're nothing. You'll never amount to anything. That sounds like a really encouraging probation officer. They're all like
I've
that.
spoken about that person actually a lot on my channel because of the work that he does. I noticed you picked up his job when he got arrested. He done a pretty good job of keeping it cleaned up down there.
Yeah, I blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, that's what that the person I love does. He does a lot for this community, and I think the thing that hurts the most is how the public treats him. I remember a specific time was at this hotel near the footbridge, and he was doing nothing but saying hello to everyone and waving hi and saying good morning, and not one person looked at him in the eye or looked at him at all and said good morning or hi, how are you? Nothing. They just turned their noses and their heads up in the air and acted like he wasn't there. And that's when I said to myself, snobs, fucking snobs. I can't tolerate people. I detest the attitudes around here.
Are you allowed to show emotions out here?
I do. I can't help it. I'm very sensitive. And if someone says something to me that's hurtful, I will either tear up and walk away and then cry, or I get the opposite. I get very aggressive and very hot-tempered. I think most of the emotions that happen out here are basically like you have to stand up for yourself. You know, yo, I'm this, I'm that. You know, you don't want to F with me. That's the kind of attitude that I have to have with people that are threatening to me. I don't like being like that, but you know.
You have to defend yourself.
Yeah. I was actually beat up last month and had black and blue marks on my face.
I can verify this.
Yeah, I had a shiner. Me, you know, I had such a great upbringing in etiquette school, graduated of Cornell University, first in my class, veterinary medicine, and raised by wealthy grandparents, and my parents were poor. But they showed me how to class and how to dress and how to smell. And I don't look homeless, I don't smell homeless, and I certainly don't dress homeless. And I pride myself on that. But
well, you're obviously highly intelligent. Does that stop people from victimizing you? Or people from getting violent or getting angry like the situation today?
it does a little bit, but overall, not really. I mean, I can tell if a person suffering from a mental illness because I'm studying to be a counselor, mental health counselor. So, but I recognize the signs. I can talk someone out of it. I can talk someone down.
Often. Now with Drew today, that didn't work very well for any of us.
It didn't.
I actually have the situation where he started having that issue. I have it recorded on my YouTube channel. He found somebody's bag of mushrooms, and that was about 5 or 6 days ago.
So he's been on mushrooms the whole time?
There wasn't enough for the whole time, no.
I wonder if that was, what's his name? I think so.
Well, he's got a drug-induced psychosis as a result of it.
Yep.
It was right outside of the bike shop up there,
Yeah,
just before the Astro station.
I know whose it is. So currently, right now, I'm trying to forge net free public Wi-Fi. I'm connecting to it, and I'm trying to get hold of my ex-boyfriend of 3 years, who's in jail currently because he did not see his probation officer like he was supposed to.
How easy would that be for him to do?
Do what?
How easy would it have been to go see his
All he had to do is call, even though his phone's not working. He could have used one of his numerous friends. He's
He
very
did,
popular.
actually.
He called?
Yep, he
Okay.
actually did call them with the ladies at the Shell station. They handed him their phone so that he could make the call.
Then he was probably
They
supposed
didn't
to show up
get
in
back
person.
with him.
I'm thinking he was supposed to go in person then. But regardless, he missed a court date. So he had a warrant out for his arrest again.
Actually, you could ask them because the situation, as they understand it, is a little bit different. Like
Really?
he had tried to call because he was supposed to call because he couldn't make it, and that was before he was supposed to have court. But then they never got back a hold of him, so that's why they violated him.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, he's been in now for, I think, 13 days. His court date is set for August 3rd, so that's next week, I think. And
I notice he does kind of help to keep the peace down there and actually gives people a positive attitude
yes, he
for
does.
some odd reason.
He's very, very positive. Despite what he's been through, and it surprises me how positive he is, despite what he's been through. I mean, he's been through a lot of shit.
Without his emotional guidance the last 13 days, do you think that's had an effect on people's heightened emotions?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. He's a very, very, very popular man. Everybody knows who he is. That's his name. And yeah, just the way he is, his demeanor, very laid back, very chill, very sweet, very, yeah. But when he needs to be, he can be, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. He's one tough dude. Nobody will fuck with him.
How many hours a day do you think he spent cleaning up garbage?
I don't know. Numerous.
I watched him for 6 hours with the rake.
Yeah.
So that was just one day.
One day? Well, if that's just one day, then I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm very fastidious about making sure my camp and other people's camps are clean. It doesn't take very much to bend over and grab something off the ground and put it in a bag. The same thing if you gotta take a shit or defecate, do it in a bag. Wrap it up in a paper towel and put it in, or something, anything. Don't shit on people's lawns and don't shit on the ground. And no, it's
Pack in, pack out.
yeah. I don't understand why needles too. I mean, there's no excuse for it. I mean, they're kids.
Yup.
I can't imagine these kids right here stepping on a needle, for God's sakes, because somebody left it there. It's nice enough to leave it there. I mean, I can't imagine that. As a parent myself, no, I wouldn't want my kids near it. I wouldn't want my kids stepping on it. Clean up after yourselves, God damn it.
How much stress does it add to you living around or near the people that do those?
Let's put it this way. Yeah, it's my health and well-being has not gotten any better because of the amount of stress that I have on myself that I go through every fucking day. It's horrendous. And I work my ass off, and I have cancer, but I have to push through it, and I have to be aware. I have to know what's going on around me every minute, every second, and I hate it. I hate that. I actually spent the night in a hotel room because my friend has cancer too, but she's dying from it, and she has a hotel for a week, and I just sat down, and it was so nice not to be able to hear the cars and trucks and trains and the highway beside me. It's noisy. You can never hear anybody talk. And you don't know if at that moment that you're listening to all this shit, if one of your so-called friends is ripping you off.
Yeah.
Or, I got rid of my bike. I wanted a bike for so long, and then I finally got rid of it because I said, what the fuck am I kidding myself? It's going to get ripped off. There's one particular person that I know it wouldn't last long. So I sold it.
I noticed that there's two ladies down there, you being one of them, that are basically babysitting a bunch of adults that need supervision.
Yes.
For you being one of the people who does that, and obviously it's not just being called to it, there are consequences for you if you don't do that.
Yep.
Could you explain to us what some of those consequences are if you don't do those things?
Babysit? My boyfriend's things would be stolen. My personal things would be stolen. I mean, the most important things to me, my stuff, and it might seem frivolous to other people, but my clothing, because my clothing signifies I dress well. I have to dress well for my job as an interior designer. And you steal my clothes and my shoes and my bags and stuff like that, I don't know. Food. People need food to survive, to live,
Now,
to function.
what happens if you don't clean up the garbage, or if you don't try to micromanage the people who are either mentally unstable or chemically induced unstable? When you're taking care of those situations and defusing so many situations and expending that energy, like, how much of your time is spent defusing situations like that and making sure that doesn't reflect on you?
And when I'm actually around, when I'm not working, I spend all day long, it seems like, diffusing the situation, or it seems like it's all day long. That's what I do. That's what the other people do too, who are. I'm sorry, I'm a little, I like that getting through.
Is he?
No, it's getting through.
Okay.
So is it now? Which one is it?
Should I end the video, or?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I think she did a great job. So we're gonna let her have a private phone call. You know how I end these videos. It's good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. And remember, you are your brother's keeper. No victim left behind.